What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Look, I come across this old story right here from like 9 years ago, I think 2014, with this brother right here that you see before you by the name of Clifford Hall. Okay, he's a Texas man, and Clifford Hall went to jail. Okay, I mean, now like I said, this is an old story. Some of you may have already heard about it, but it's new to me. And I had to post this particular story right here because this story right here just shows the injustice that a lot of brothers go through behind child support. Now, I've heard of many stories of brothers going to jail for failing to pay, you know what I mean, or being, behind on child support or what have you. But this brother right here went to jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his child. Okay? Yeah, that's just what I said. This is ridiculous right here. Let's check this video out and then we'll get into the commentary.
A Houston father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers. Randy Wallace joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox. Randy?
Don, we all expect to see judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. It's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
I discovered that for some reason his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3,000 in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3,000 in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son, another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Cornell X wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. This is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Lisa Millard says Hall walked out of court after he was found in contempt, which she says is a big no-no. Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation. Hall's attorney is now working on an appeal, and in a few days, Hall plans to turn himself in, and Don will, of course, keep everybody posted on how this plays out.
It really is a strange situation.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, it kind of shows that sometimes these things can be changed, modified. Maybe one parent doesn't know, but it's very confusing, and you've got to wonder how this man could go to jail for this.
All right, Randy Wallace, thank you.
You're welcome.
2 words for y'all. Injustice. All the way around. There's no excuse for this particular situation whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. Okay? I am serious. I mean, who gets arrested for overpaying child support? Who gets arrested for over visiting their own child? Nothing like this should even ever been able to exist. Whoever this judge is, she needs to be unbenched. And that's just all there is to it. Now, since then, the man in jail for failure to pay child support has been released. And like I said, I don't know much more else about the story or whatever. But look at, how much this man lost. Not only time, with his son, the money he's out of from being able to contribute to the upbringing of his child, and what have you. You know? And then they want to talk about black men as being deadbeat fathers, but when you get a brother there in his child's life, you understand, he's being treated like this. And guess what? It's more brothers than you think that are outstanding fathers. Outstanding fathers. Okay? And that's just what it is. Now, to get into this short article right here, an attorney for a man who was jailed last week for failure to pay child support said her client was released late Wednesday. Taisha Elam said a Houston family court judge ordered Clifford Hall be released after a jail review hearing. The 43-year-old Houston man now gets to see his 12-year-old son. Okay? This is awful, man. I like I said, I'd never even seen or heard about this story until now. That was what he must be excited about. Okay, let me reread that again. That was what he was most excited about. Elam said, the highly publicized case revolved around a clerical error which led to Hall's week-long stint in custody. So he didn't do the whole 6 months then. But a week, that was still a week too much because he shouldn't have been locked up in the first place. To continue for several months after Hall failed to pay the full amounts owed in child support for his son, but Hall said he was being punished just because of a clerical error at his workplace. And even if it was a clerical, error, you understand what I mean? It said he was overpaying. That's the thing about it. Overpaying, this makes no sense whatsoever. In conclusion here, it says, after exhausting his appeals options, the Houstonian surrendered himself to authorities at the Harris County Civil Courthouse on June 24th to serve a 6-month sentence for failure to pay child support. While Hall worked at AT&T, an employee in charge of garnishing his paycheck for child support withheld the incorrect amounts for months, according to an affidavit signed by an AT&T employee whose manages works compensation benefits. All right. That still don't say that he should. How do you ever overpay for taking care of your child? How is that even possible? I don't even get it. There's no such thing as overpaying, you know what I'm saying, for taking care of your child. Look, here's the deal. When a man and a woman get together and y'all make a baby, keep the middleman out of it. Come to an agreement with yourselves if you can't stay together, because that's another thing I never could understand. You're in love with each other so much that you make a baby, then all of a sudden, once the baby comes in the picture, the bind, that brings you together, y'all drift apart. You want to start fighting and this and that. I don't get it. But be that as it is, if you are going to do these things, come up with an agreement between yourselves and keep the middleman out of it. Because more than likely, the money that this woman is getting in child support, more of it is going to the system than to the child and her. Be advised. That's what it boils down to. You understand? So come up with an agreement to take care of the child and co-parent like it's supposed to be done. That's if you can't stay together, and keep the middleman out. Because see, when the devil gets his foot in the door, it's all over then. It's all over then. As we see in this particular case, this man shouldn't have been treated like this in no way, shape, or form. You understand? But I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.